Long time no see, Hot Wheelers. I was walking through a Toys R Us. Yes, they're still around, just not in America. And I saw this thing, Small Block. And it's number 228 of 250, I guess, of the 2024 season. It is the fifth car in the Tooned series. What? This thing doesn't look tuned at all. They're reaching. They're reaching. I mean, it proportionally doesn't look like a tuned car. Secondarily, it actually looks kind of realistic. It doesn't look anything like a cartoon to me. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. This one was made in Malaysia, apparently. Anyways, I looked at it through the packaging and I thought I could make this a project car. I actually like the tires and the wheels seem okay. Maybe I'll make some sort of, I don't know. I might just leave the wheels. They look like they're milled aluminum, but there's no way that would fit in the budget of a mainline Hot Wheels. So I have to assume these are just like that vapor deposition kind of chromed plastic stuff. Alright, so it looks like it has a wood grain or something on the side. Quite interesting. These are plastic. I thought there might have been rubber. They look like they're rubber, but no, they're just plastic wheels, but interesting. I don't know if I've ever have. Are these new wheels? I don't collect enough Hot Wheels to know, but did these wheels come out in 2024? Maybe you Hot Wheels fans can actually leave a comment. The exposed axles, obviously, I'm not a fan of. Let's see. We have some side pipes there. Unfortunately, no indication of them actually being tubes. An orange turn signal. An old retro, looks like a 60s kind of side stripe. And then again, another reflector, which is nice. And the Hot Wheels logo. And what does that say? Gotta zoom in. High graphics or something? HWGRFX? Hot Wheels graphics, I suppose. Can really see that wood grain pattern now. Interesting. And so another cool design thing is there's no A-pillar. It's interesting. Cool. What is going on under that thing, though? I got a flashlight. Are there seats? Oh, the two heads, maybe? Maybe those are supposed to be two giant helmets or something. It helps keep the thing from getting crushed, but it actually looks cooler the lower it goes, but it still looks pretty cool as it is. One thing that definitely does look tuned is this engine. That is the plainest looking V8 looking kind of engine I've ever seen in my life. Oh, that's obviously intentional because they have more realistic engines. Sorry, I got some paint on my fingers there. Alright, so anyways, the front end for some reason reminds me of like an old Charger, but it's totally blank, right? So, and then we have the metal base. Yeah, I think that is metal. Interesting. So I guess maybe because the whole top end is plastic, they have the budget, obviously, to have a metal base. Interesting. This is also like a pillar inside. Oh, that becomes the engine itself. Okay, that makes sense. And then it's obviously spun, press fit together. I'm looking for a date. There's no actual year of copyright. I mean, it is a Mattel design. Wouldn't they want to copyright that stuff? Maybe they don't bother doing that? I have no idea what all those production numbers mean. T27, what? Okay, well, going around to the back, again, is very plain. It's just black. The black plastic of the roof slash interior. But this is good. So let me come back with what I end up doing. Well, I'm back after a few hours. And it doesn't look like much going on here, but there is a little detail on the side. I drilled out the exhaust, which unfortunately there's a big dent on this exhaust. So it was really hard to center those holes. So I should have inspected this, but that's not even the worst part. Anyways, I added some jewel beads to those axle ends. So those are some faceted, like goldish colored jewel beads. Now, where the rest of it all comes into play, we got some drilled out that hole with some red, and then I bedazzled it. That was my idea, basically. So these are actually clear, but they're picking up the blue of the room, or the, I don't know. No, I guess they have a hint. I don't know where it's picking up the color. See, they look clear there. Anyways, we got some orange and some yellow running lights there. I left that alone. Now, unfortunately, one of these wheels, yeah, this one is missing a spoke. Yeah, so that's really weak. I put all that effort into this thing just to find that this wheel isn't even good. I'm too lazy to do this again. So yeah, the jewel beads. This one is not dented, so I was able to center those holes a lot easier. And then yeah, I bedazzled the back end as well with 3 different sizes, and then I crazy glued the license plate on. But all these jewel beads are using UV glue because I want to set the beads, you know, before I want to place the beads before I set them permanently with the UV flashlight. But crazy glue, you really have one chance, right? So I was lucky I got that license plate. You know it's still off to the right a little bit, isn't it? So that's the problem with crazy glue. It also leaves that cloudy haze that I'm not a fan of. So yeah, unfortunately that wheel is messed up. Okay, well, if you're interested, I'll leave a link here. So I originally bought these jewel beads here for my Gundam Converges. But I've noticed, see the yellow, look how small some of these beads are. They're probably like 3 millimeters across. But some colors like this green, they don't get as small. Actually that's small too, but I've noticed in my bin o jewel beads, the oranges, the yellows, and the reds have very, very small beads. But like some of these other ones, they don't go as small, like the pinks and stuff like that. So I don't know the reasoning for that. Maybe they're different brands. I can't imagine there's many companies making these. But anyways, so please don't blame me if you can't get a super small bead on the end of these axles. I think I might start doing that on. Granted, I don't do too many Hot Wheels, but that's a really easy way to make that axle end not look as weak as it does. Because it just now looks like a center cap, right? Because it literally has facets on it. Maybe you can't tell. See? It's got facets being a jewel bead. Those are crazy glued on as well, because I guess I could have UV glued it. So, I don't know what really inspired this. You know, it looks like a 70s, 60s, 70s. I think it looks the most like this Challenger. This one's by AutoWorld. You know, with the dark front end. But also the Camaros. This is a 67, 69 Camaro by, I think... No, this one's by Kyosho. Possibly, being so square, could have been inspired by a Lincoln Continental. I really wish someone made a resin version of a 60s Continental. This one added some aftermarket wheels to it. Okay. And this kind of reminds me, if you're going to go tuned, of this Blings. And this is called Block O Wood. And I 3D printed my own wheels for this. I think I puttied them. Yeah, it's not moving. It's got that wood, like a wood grain texture. But calling this a tuned car, I don't know. The proportions look normal, right? It looks normal to these proportionally. I just expect tunes to look like Chorokyus. I think they just ran out of ideas this year. Or didn't feel like... I don't know. I don't know why they called this a tuned. Anyways, it's a very unique looking one. And I like this old school colorway. It's like really light tan. And in particular, I like these tan wheels, even though they're all plastic. I actually prefer plastic tires now, I think, because plastic tires don't crack. And I don't really care about treads. It's not a lot of companies don't seem to get treads right. So yeah, this one's an interesting one. Maybe if they come out with a different colorway, I might pick it up and try to do it better. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll see you in the next Hot Wheels video. Thanks for checking in.